Insta, Insta. Hello. Welcome. Here I am debuting the new fusion. Oh, there we go. Chris, I've just realised there are tape marks that I've got to cover here, but when I do cover them, they're kind of, it moves the map.
That's alright, just leave them on the spot. That'll do.
Okay.
That'll do.
Oh, going live soon. Come on, who's going to join me in the Zoom room? Zoom room.
So don't wait for the bottom.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm waiting for the
Bottom
countdown.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Can you only take us to the Zoom?
Huh? I know, yeah.
That's a good thing. Is if no one shows up for Zoom, at least we've got it. We can get it out everywhere else. So.
Will I be alone?
Enjoy.
All right, thanks. Cheers. Ooh, going live soon. Dun 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 dun. 3. Hey, what's up, risers? Welcome. It's Ashen here. Hope you have a great day. And today I'm going to be teaching Fusion 6. Okay, it's the most recent Fusion. And yeah, it's the first time I've taught it, so I hope you enjoy it. You'll need a strap for this, okay, because we're going to do a little bit of shoulder opening work. But if you don't have one, don't worry about it. You can definitely do those poses without the strap as well. All right, so just have it ready at hand if you do have one, and then let's get started. So knees at mat width apart, and then reach forwards with the arms. Put the forehead onto the floor, toes tapping at the back, and let's bring focus to breath now. So that deep yogic breathing. Okay, breathing right into the stomach and into the chest, feeling the whole body inflate. And then that long, slow, but gentle exhalation out through the nose. Feeling all muscle fibers lengthen and relax. Okay, so we're just going to stay here for another 3 deep breaths. No worries if you breathe a little bit slower or faster than me. Inhale. And exhale. Just feeling the glutes nestle in between the hips here. And we've got 2 more breaths with 2. And then just a final breath for me here. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, up on next breath, lift forehead up from floor and then bring hands towards you. Shift your shoulders over your hands and let's move into our tabletop. So separate the feet to nip your knees in a little bit. And then try to make sure that your knees are directly underneath the hips. We want to get that straight back in our tabletop here. Okay, now let's start to circle the hips and the shoulders, mobilizing shoulders, wrists, and joints. All right, 2 more circles one way, 1 breath per circle. And for 1, feeling the weight roll from one side of the hand to the other, come back into center. Now we're going to take 3 more circles anti-clockwise this time. So get ready to roll for 3, for 2, sending those hips backwards. And 1 more breath here. and then come back into the center now. All right, from here, inhale, tuck your toes underneath you. And then as you exhale, lift the hips into the air, engaging the abs to bring those hips up, and then just gently planting the heels downwards. Have a soft bend in the knees if you need to, if you're feeling quite tight in the hamstrings today. And then continue to push the floor away and lengthen the back here. All right, so you should feel all the sides, all the underside of your shoulder blades just lengthen out there. That's it. Okay, 2 more breaths here. You can even pedal out the feet if you want to for 2. And then 1 more breath, checking that your fingertips are pointing forwards. And then come back into your stationary dog. All right, from here, inhale, lift up the right leg, and then as you exhale, let's go for that really slow thread of knee towards chest, and then we gently pop the foot in between the hands here. Pop your back knee onto the floor. Inhale, lift up the arms, extend, sink down into the hips, stretching out your hip flexors here, and then lifting the chest as well, pinching the shoulder blades, extending the arms far and behind you, and then exhale, flow back into your plank, hands on floor, step back. 1 inhalation here, and then exhale, flow forward to chaturanga, or knees, chest and chin, keeping elbows tucked in. Notice how the elbows stay at a 90-degree angle all the way through, and then inhale, scoop up to down dog, squeeze your bum cheeks together, and then roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, flow back into down dog. You ready for the other side? Now into our kneeling lunge. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, foot in between hands. The right knee rests on the floor. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, lift and sink down into the hips at the same time, but keep the core strong, guys. And then as you exhale, flow the hands back down, and then step back into your plank vinyasa again. Inhale here in plank. Come onto the knees if you need. Exhale to halfway chaturanga. So we stop halfway, hold for 3, for 2, 90 degrees with the elbows, guys. And for 1, slowly lower all the way to full chaturanga. And then inhale, scoop to up dog. Oh, feel that burn already. That activation of core and shoulders and elbow and triceps. And then exhale, flow back into your down dog. All right, inhale, bend the knees. And then as you exhale, step or float towards the front. Ready for round number 1 of the power section of the class. So as you inhale, lift to flat back, straighten the back, roll shoulders away from ears. Exhale, flow back into forward fold. As we inhale, we reach up with the arms. Hands meet at the center, and then exhale, bring the hands to heart. Okay, so we're going to take a tree pose, a lateral bent tree. Right, so ground into your right foot first, and then pop your left ankle onto the right ankle in a shin, or in a thigh. All right, it's up to you, whatever feels good today. Push those hips forward. Try to keep the hips parallel so we don't twist the body here. And then from here, you've got a choice. You can reach up with the arms and then lean over to your bent leg. Or if you want, you can rest your left wrist on your left knee. And you can even take a mudra position with the fingertips. The second fingertip and the thumb tip meet here. Okay, keep the chest nice and open, and the arm besides the ear, feeling that lovely stretch in the right side of the body. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed. For 3, focus on a spot. For 2, keep your core nice and braced. Find that stability. 1 more breath. It's okay to wobble. And then from here, come out of your bend, windmill hands into the floor, step back into plank with as much control as possible. Inhale here, and then vinyasa. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, and then exhale, flow back to down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, and then exhale, step or pop towards the front. Inhale, rise, hands meet, exhale, hands together. Now, let's take our lateral tree bend onto the other side now, grounding into left foot, and then you can take that option of resting one wrist onto the knee, or both hands together. Taking mudra if you want for 3, That's it. Trying to just even out the weight on all corners of the base foot there. For 2. And then one more breath. Bring those hips forwards. And release. All right, windmill, hands onto floor, and then step back into downward dog. Now we're going to go from a 3-legged dog into a lizard flow. Right, so once you're stable in your down dog, feet at hip width apart, inhale, lift up right leg. As you exhale, you're going to shift your weight forwards and then plant your right foot ever so gently onto the floor beside the right hand. No worries if your foot doesn't quite make it next to the hand, even if it's just sort of halfway down the mat, that's cool. Just whatever's within your range, sink down into the hips, get that hip flexor stretch in, and then as you inhale, lift up into your 3-legged dog and square the hips off. All right, 2 more of these. Inhale forwards, exhale forwards, and then inhale, lift up. All right, 1 more. Exhale forwards into lizard, sinking down, making sure that that front knee is above the front ankle. And then inhale all the way back up to the top. Exhale, plant both feet down. Okay, you ready for the other side now? Inhale, lift that left leg. Exhale, slow float into that lizard flow. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. 1 more to go now. Get that full range. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, plant both feet onto the floor. Inhale, bend the knees, and then exhale, step or float into your seated position. Now we're going to come into a wide-legged boat, okay? So tip onto your tailbone, take hold of your toes with your peace fingers or the outsides of your ankles, whatever feels good. Roll your shoulders back, lift the chest, really straighten the back out, and then if it feels good to do so, then lengthen out the legs as well. So it's a wide-legged boat, guys. That's it. Try to keep a soft bend in the knees. You don't want to lock them out. Okay, keep the shoulders rolled back, lift the chest, keep pushing it upwards. For 3, keep the core engaged, a little bit higher if we can. For 2, all right, last one now. Keep the shoulders down and release. Okay, cross the legs, hands onto floor. Pop or step back into that beautiful plank for me. Vinyasa, once again, inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. That was round number 1. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, and then exhale, step or float forwards to forward fold. Inhale, rise, hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. Lateral tree bend. Take your variation of tree, and then take your lateral bend. For 3, try to keep the chest lifted, so you don't want the chin to sort of fall towards the chest. For 2, keep reaching and bending. And then 1 more breath here. Okay, whenever you're ready, come out of your bend. Stay balanced in your right leg and then shoot it back. We're going to take a warrior 3. All right, so you can stay in your warrior 3 if you want, squeezing the top leg, or if you want, you can exhale and come into some crunches with me, bringing elbows to knee. All right, you ready? For 3, inhale, exhale, staying still on that right leg. For 2, inhale, exhale. 1 more to go now. Inhale and exhale. Woo! All right, well done. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pop hands onto the floor. Step back. Take your plank again. Vinyasa before the other side. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, and then exhale, float to your forward fold. Inhale, rise, hands together. Exhale, bring hands to heart. Okay, take your tree again. Lateral bend for 3. Push the hips forwards. For 2. And then 1 more breath. And then release. Come out of your bend and then reach forwards into that warrior 3. Stay in warrior 3 or take crunches with me for 3. Exhale. For 2. And 1 more breath. Woo! All right, well done. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, plant feet and hands onto the floor. Take your plank and then lift to down dog. All right, you ready for that three-legged dog to lizard flow? Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, float and plant forward, sinking down into hips for 2. Inhale, lifting those hips right into the air, keeping that top leg engaged. Exhale, 1 more to go now. Inhale, try to keep your hands flat on the floor as you float forwards. And for 1. Inhale, lift. And then from here, opening up into a side plank. So feet can be staggered or stacked, shifting weight into the left arm, reaching up into our side plank. Try to stack the shoulders, and then from here we're going to inhale and rotate the body. Curl the left hand underneath, the right hand underneath the left armpit, and then inhale, rise. Exhale, rise, sorry. Inhale, rotate again. Make sure the whole body rotates here, and exhale. It's not just the arm moving. 1 more to go. Inhale, and exhale. Beautiful, guys. Staying strong. Hands onto floor and then shift and roll back into your downward facing dog. So everything on the other side now. Inhale, left leg lifts. As we exhale, we float and plant into our lizard. Okay, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, we've got 1 more. Can we make that planting of the foot even quieter, even more controlled? Inhale. And exhale. That's it. Beautiful. And then lift back into your down dog and then slowly roll into your side plank. This time shifting weight into the right arm so that all the weight comes directly down this right arm from shoulder to wrist. Lengthen and extend the left arm. You ready for that? Thread the needle. So inhale, rotate the body, curling the left hand underneath the right armpit. Exhale, open up. 2 more to go now. For 2, inhale. Full body rotates. And exhale. Slow breath, slow movements, guys. And then 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, hands back onto the floor. Roll into your downward dog. Inhale, bend knees. Exhale, step or pop to your seated position. And let's take our wide-legged boat. Tip onto tailbone. Toe bind or hold to ankles and open up for 3. Lift, extend, relax the shoulders, lift the chest for 2. Keep squeezing the abs, straighten the back. 1 more breath. And then release. We're going to come into some eagle crunches now. So roll back. This time the right knee stacks on top of the left and try to wrap your calves around one another. If this won't happen, just cross the legs. And then from here, we're going to stack the left elbow on top of the right, twisting arms, palms together if possible. If not, packs of hands together. Inhale, lengthen the body, bringing the lower back onto the floor. As we exhale, we crunch and bring elbows to knees. All right, 5 of these for 5, for 4, for 3, keeping that back flat on the floor for 2. That's it. 1 more to go now. You can do this. And for 1. All right, uncross the arms and cross the legs. And then roll up into a plank, hands onto the floor. Step or pop back. All right, you ready for our last round now? Inhale here in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Last round of power, that is. Inhale, scoop to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or pop to front. Inhale, rise, hands together, hands to heart. Let's take that lateral tree bend, grounding into right foot first. Whatever variation you want to take for 3. Keep that chest open, hips forward for 2. 1 more breath. And release. Come out of your bend and then come into that warrior 3. Lengthen and crunch for 3. For 2. Nice and slowly now, never rushing. And 1 more breath. All right, from here, we're going to slowly rise into our twisted balance. So chest is up and then the right hand comes onto the left knee. We open and twist, reaching back with the left arm if possible. Let's go for a full extension. Going for that toe bind for 3. Keep twisting and opening the chest. For 2. Keep that back shoulder relaxed and rolled back. And one more breath. All right, from here, release your toe or knee, and then keeping balance on the right leg, we're going to pop the right fingertips onto the floor, either in front of the toes or just onto the side here. And then from here, we're going to extend our left arm, look upwards, and then lift that left leg into our standing half moon. Now, you can stay in your static half moon by just keeping the hips open, squeezing the glute, keeping the leg lifted, or you can come into little pulses with that top leg with me. Look how tiny my pulses are. 5 of these for 5. Really recruiting that glute. 4, 3, give it a good squeeze. 2, one more breath, keeping hips open, and 1. All right, well done. Pop hands onto floor, step back to plank vinyasa now. Inhale here before we do the other side. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, scoot to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float forwards. Inhale, rise, hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, lateral tree bend now into the left leg. And then taking whichever variation you need for 3. For 2. One more breath. And then release. Ab crunches, warrior 3. So forwards and crunch for 3. For 2. And then one more breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. All right, slowly rise. And then take your twisted balance, whether this be with hand on knee or full leg extension with toe bind for 3. Keeping a soft bend in the knee. For 2, keep twisting, keep opening, lengthening that back arm. One more breath. And then we're going to untwist and come into that half moon, remember. So release your toe or knee, left fingertips onto floor, lift up, open, rotate, open the hips, look at your top hand, and then start to pulse that top leg. 5 of these for 5. Little ones, 4. Keep that leg nice and high. 3. For 2. And for 1. All right, pop your hands onto the floor and then step back into downward facing dog. 3-legged dog to lizard flow. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, plant. Silent plant, remember. 3. For 2. One more. And for 1. Okay, opening up into side plank now. Front foot meets back foot. Open, shift into left hand. And we rotate and thread the arm for 3. Inhale. For 2, come onto your bottom knee if you need to at any time, guys, or even your elbow. And for 1. All right, from here, shift back into downward dog. Let's take 3-legged dog to lizard on the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant for 3. For 2. And 1 more now. Slowly, almost in slow motion, and then open up into your side plank, shifting weight into right arm. Feet can be staggered or stacked, remember. Let's thread the needle for 3. For 2. That's it. A little bit more rotation if you can manage it, and then 1 more to go. And for 1. All right, hands onto the floor now. Taking full plank. Come onto knees if you need to. Shoulder taps. All right, opposite hand to opposite shoulder. And let's see if we can stop those hips from rocking about as much as is possible. So you want the body to stay as still as possible. This is beautiful. Okay, so 2 more on each side for 2. And for 1. Okay, whenever you're ready, come onto your elbows. Dolphin dips. So elbows underneath shoulders, okay? And then from here, using your core, lift the hips into the air. As you exhale, bring the nose towards knee if possible. No worries if not. So just 3 of these for 3. For 2. 1 more. And for 1. All right, from here, release your hands from one another and then replace your elbows with your hands. Lift back into your downward dog. 1 inhalation here, bend the knees. Exhale, step or pop into your seated position. Okay, come on to tailbone, come into wide-legged bow, tip back. Hook or take hold of ankles. 3. Relax the shoulders, roll them back, lift a little bit higher. For 2. Straighten the back, and 1 more breath. All right, from here, eagle crunches. So roll back, this time left knee over right and right elbow over left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. 5, 4, 3, for 2, and for 1. All right, from here, we're going to take some V-sits. All right, so lengthen the body. Okay, arms and legs are lengthened. And then from here, we're going to use the core to lift up into our V-sit. That's it. Just 3 of these. Inhale, exhale for 3. For 2, keep that low back on the floor. 1 more to go. And for 1. All right, beautiful. Cross legs, hands onto the floor, and then come into your tabletop. Getting ready for some mountain climbers. All right, so I'm going to count to 10, and we're going to crisscross, bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee. Are you ready? Hips down, knees off the floor. Here we go. Squeeze the abs for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep up the pace. 3, 2, and for 1. All right. Come back into plank. Well done, guys. Have a rest if you need to, or take vinyasa with me. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Ooh, okay, now take this opportunity here in your down dog to just slow down the breath. Slow everything down. Let yourself relax and settle into your down dog, feeling the hamstrings open up, feeling the lats open up. Getting that lovely inverted V shape with the body. Okay, 1 more breath here now. And then whenever you're ready, inhale, lift up the right leg. 3-legged dog. Okay, so pin your hips down so that they're in line with one another. And then come onto the ball of the foot if possible. No worries if you want to keep the heel on the floor. And really try to hollow out the back. Okay, so you might notice that you sort of like start to arch the back a little bit naturally when you come onto the ball of the foot. So you really want to make that effort to straighten out the back and even out the weight between the hands there. 2 more breaths for 2. 1 more breath. Okay, keeping your leg in the air. Come onto the heel of the base foot and then get ready to flip into wild thing. Okay, so your right foot comes onto the floor besides the mat. We flip over, lifting the chest and the hips here. Keep reaching towards the front with your right arm. Keep lifting the chest. Come onto your left knee if you need to. For 3, enjoying your wild thing. Enjoying that stretch and that strength of this pose. And 1 more breath here. Right, we're going to thread into our fallen pyramid now. Okay, so shifting our weight back into our right hand onto the floor. We're going to thread the right leg underneath the left. Okay, with your right foot, it can be on the floor for support, or it can be lifted for more challenge in the core. With your left arm, reach upwards and look upwards for 3. Fallen pyramids. Really bring the hips upwards into the air. Keep them stacked. For 2. We've got 1 more breath. Woo! And then unthread. Hands onto the floor. Step back into your downward dog. Okay, so take this time to either just pedal out the feet or just take a stationary down dog for 3 breaths. Or even take a rest. Okay, allowing everything to reset before we do everything on the other side. For 3. For 2. And 1 more breath here. All right, whenever you're ready, 3-legged dog with the left leg lifted. Inhale, lift. Option to come onto ball of foot, hollow out back, keeping shoulders strong, keeping weight even between both arms for 3. For 2. Doing well, guys. 1 more breath. And then exhale, release heel to floor. And let's flip over for a wild thing. Keeping the hips in the air. Lift and lengthen. Rotate. Getting longer and longer. Higher and higher for 3. Coming onto the knee if you need. For 2, slowly rotating the body. And 1 more breath. You ready for that thread through to fallen triangle? Okay, so both hands come back onto the floor. We lift the left leg off the floor. We thread it underneath the right leg. Open up into that fallen triangle as gracefully as possible. Popping your left foot onto the floor if you need. 3 deep breaths here now for 3. Whew. Keeping an eye on the breath. For 2. Okay, just 1 more breath here, guys. Stay strong for me. And for 1. All right. Slowly untwist. And then step back into your downward dog here. Oh, okay, relax. And try to just allow the calves to open up here. Allow the sit bones to open up. Allow the lower back to lengthen. For 3. For 2. And 1 more breath. All right, from here, bend the knees and then exhale. Step or pop forwards to your forward fold. Okay, from here, just pick up your strap and then slowly roll up to standing position. Okay, give your shoulders a little roll back. So we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So step your left leg back and turn to the side of the mat. All right. So you want to keep a soft bend in the knees here. If you want extra stretch in the hamstrings, you can pigeon your feet. What does this mean? This is when you turn your toes in towards one another. But no worries if you don't want to. If having them straight is enough of a stretch for you, then you can stay there. All right. So now into hamstrings and lower back. All right. And also opening up the shoulders at the same time. Unravel your strap. Okay. If you know you've got quite tight shoulders, then you'll probably need to have your hands quite far apart. If you're quite mobile in the shoulders, then you can have them a little bit closer together, all right? But let's just start off gentle, okay? So as I inhale, I'm going to lift up my strap into the air, overhead. That's it. Relax the shoulders, roll them back here, and then keep the core nice and strong. Okay, now slowly and gently, we're going to hinge at the hips, stick the hips back, and then gently fold forwards. So we're not going to just allow ourselves to flop. We're going to just keep reaching ahead, keeping that body at a 90-degree angle. Keep sending the hips backwards here. Okay, keep extending the arms, feeling the lats open up too. 3 deep breaths, sending the chest downwards a little bit too. For 3. For 2. Okay, 1 more breath here. Keep sticking those hips back, enjoying that stretch in the hamstrings. And 1 more breath. And release. Slowly come out of your bend. And then turn your front toes, your right toes towards the front. We're going to take a triangle now. Keep your strap overhead. And then from here, shift your weight forwards and then downwards. You might want to shift your hand a little bit lower down the strap. That's it, the bottom one there. Just to allow yourself enough room when you come into that triangle. 3 deep breaths. So the strap helps us because it just opens up our chest all the more here, yeah? Just gets that shoulder mobility going that we wouldn't if we didn't use one. 3 deep breaths. Keep tucking the glutes in towards the midline. 2 more. And then just 1 more breath. All right, slowly rise. And then just slowly release your strap. Give your shoulders a little roll out. But we are not done with the strap yet. Okay, so fold it in 2 now. And then step back towards the front of the mat. So from here, we're going to come into cow face arms. Okay, so holding your strap with the right hand, pop it in between the shoulder blades. And then from here, I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing here. From here, with your left arm, reach around you from underneath. Take hold of the strap. Now, if you feel like you can make a connection between the 2 hands without the strap, then you can drop the strap. But make sure that you can do this without sort of hunching up the shoulders. Okay, you don't want that chin to come towards the chest. You want to be able to keep everything nice and relaxed. All right, and then from here I'm going to turn back towards the front. Now we're going to come into a toe stand. If you don't want to come into a toe stand, just come into a squat. So heels together, and then bring the knees forwards, and then sink the glutes onto the heels. That's it. So this is your cow face arm toe stand. Okay, so breathe and lift the chest. With each exhalation, try to relax the shoulders more and more. Feel them opening up. Try to enjoy it. Feel that lovely stretch in the back of the right shoulder there. 2 more breaths, working into the rotator cuff muscles. Keep your knees together and pointing forwards. Keep that balance. And 1 more breath. And then slowly release your hands. Release your strap. Okay, pop your strap to the side for now. Roll your shoulders back. And then bring hands to heart. We're going to come into twisted toe stand now. So bring the left elbow into the outside of the right knee and open up for 3. For 2. Bringing hands to center of chest. 1 more breath, keeping knees together. And last breath. Right. From here, stay twisted, and if possible, let's come into our side crow. So you stay where you are, guys. I'm just going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. So we're in our twisted toe stand, coming into side crow. Pop your left hand onto the floor, pop your right hand on the floor. Make sure the hands are in line with one another, and then pop your right hip onto the right elbow. If possible, shift your weight over to the side and lift into your side crow. So squeeze your knees together, squeeze the heels towards the glutes. Try and get that nice balance. If that's too much for your arms, you can always pop your head onto the floor for a bit of support. Okay, do whatever's possible. Hold for 3 breaths, for 2. And then 1 more breath. And then release. All right, well done. Okay, so from here, let's take, I'm going to come back to the front. We're going to take a triangle on the other side now. All right, so taking hold of your strap once again, slowly standing up. Let's shift our right leg back this time. Okay, so this time, heels in line with one another, front toes pointing forwards. Going to bring the strap overhead nice and wide with the hands this time, okay? And then as I inhale, I'm going to shift my weight forwards and then bend at the waist, opening up the hands even more if I need to on the strap, okay? Feeling that lovely opening of shoulders and chest by using the strap. 2 more breaths, looking upwards if possible, for 2. Oh, feeling that lovely lengthening of the lower back there. And 1 more breath. You can do it. Keep lifting the chest by using the core. And then slowly rise. Well done. Okay, so release your strap now. Fold it in half again. We're going to go for a cow face toe stand once more. So step towards the front. Remember, this time with left hand, take hold of the strap, pop it in between your shoulder blades. I'll show you again from the back. With the right hand, reach behind you, go for the strap. If possible, make that connection. Turning back towards the front again, and then let's sink into our toe stand. So knees forward, glutes onto heels for 3. Relax the shoulders, lift the chin. Feeling that tricep stretch as well in that left arm. For 2, try not to hunch up the shoulders. I know it can be quite intense in this pose. And just 1 more breath for me here. And then slowly release. Pop your strap onto the floor now. Stay in your toe stand if possible, hands together, and then come into your twisted toe stand. So right elbow onto left side of knee, and then open up. Look upwards, bring hands to center of chest for 3. For 2. One more breath. Stay balanced. Knees together. All right, now you can stay here, have a rest, or you can come into your side crow. So straight into side crow, hands onto the floor in line with one another. Okay, and then the left hip comes onto the left elbow, and we lift and squeeze for 3. Coming onto the head if you need. For 2. One more breath, keeping those toes pointed if you want. And release. All right, coming back into your toe stand. All right, hands onto the floor. Well done, guys. That was really challenging. Step back into your down dog now. And then from here, we're going to take our pigeon. Okay, so inhale, lift up the left leg. And then as you exhale, gently land the knee behind the left wrist. Lengthen out the right leg, sink down into the hips. Maybe you want to start by just gently rocking from side to side first to open up the glute. And then when you feel ready, fold forwards for 3. Feeling that deepening in the hips there. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention, if it's too much for you to have your back leg straight, then you can always just keep your back leg bent so that we can, and just fold forward so that you can take animal instead. Still gives you that same stretch, yeah? 2 more breaths with 2. And then 1 more breath. All right, slowly walk your hands back towards you, and then we're going to go for a lateral bend. Okay, so with your right arm, place it onto your back leg, just wherever is possible. And then from here, reach up with the left arm, and then gently bend backwards and to the side, keeping the chest open. That's it, keep sinking down into the hips, and try to enjoy that lovely stretch and back bend. For 3, so the stretch should be here, and the bend should be here. For 2, keeping the arm beside the ear, and 1 more breath. All right, slowly release, hands onto the floor, and then sweep your back leg around towards the front, the single leg forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over lengthened leg. Wrapping hands around foot if possible, only if you can relax, or popping the hands onto the floor beside the leg here. Okay, try to straighten out the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back and lengthen the back for 3. For 2, both glutes on the floor. And 1 more breath. Feeling that hamstring stretch. Okay, walk your hands back towards you now. And then from here, cross your legs, bring hands to floor, and step back to down dog. You ready for everything on the other side? Inhale, lift up right leg. Exhale, float to pigeon. Knee behind wrist. Back leg is lengthened or bent. Sink down into hips. Gentle rock from side to side first, and then fold forwards when ready to take a deeper glute stretch for 3. For 2. And 1 more breath. Okay, walking your hands back towards you. Let's go for that lateral bend. So reaching back with your left hand, hand onto the leg wherever is comfortable. Reach up with the right arm, and then gently bend back for 3. Try to relax. For 2. And then 1 more breath. Keep lifting the chest. And then slowly release, hands to floor, and then sweep that back leg round towards the front. Okay, finishing off in our single leg forward fold. Inhale, reach up with the arms, glutes on floor, and then exhale, lengthen and fold over that lengthened leg. For 3, straighten out the shoulders. For 2, and 1 more breath. Okay, walking your hands back towards you, lengthen out the legs, and then let's roll back into our Shavasana, guys. Thank you very much. Come to the end of our practice. Lengthen out, take a bound angle if you want to, roll the shoulders back, let the palms open up to the sky, bringing the focus to our beautiful breath. Maybe even allowing the mouth to just open slightly, allowing the jaw to relax. Feeling that deep sensation of breath. Enjoying the stillness and quietness of the next few moments. Just bringing all your focus to the spot in between your brows. Okay. Taking just a couple more breaths here, or you can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want. Final breath now. Inhale. And exhale. Now gently wiggle the fingers and toes. Slowly roll onto one side. And then in your own time, just roll or push up to a seated position. Okay, so let's close off the practice. Relax the arms. Inhale, reach up, extend the arms, hands meet. And then exhale, bring hands to heart. Okay, namaste, guys.